What you thought? This was a joke? You said you wanted freedom, you lying son of a bitch. Most of you think freedom is doing whatever the hell you want. But real freedom, that comes from law. That comes from discipline. Most men who say they're free are just undisciplined, unstructured, and lost. They escape the 9 to 5 only to become prisoners to lust, comfort, and content scrolling. And that's why they'll never build power. Let me show you the difference between chaos and law. Let's get right into it today. Chaos versus law. Freedom is not the ability to do whatever you want whenever you want. That is an absolute fucking lie. And whoever embedded that into your mind is fucking hallucinating in a corner and probably not fulfilling anything on this fucking planet at all. Sitting in this realm, obsessed with the worldly things, no wonder why their lives are not changing or why they're not getting anywhere. Freedom is not what they told you it was. Brings me into point 1, the false freedom trap. Quitting your job doesn't make you sovereign. This idea that you hear people talk about, leave your 9 to 5. Oh, you need to get out of your 9 to 5. You've probably even heard me say get out of your 9 to 5. However, the difference is they're telling you to get out of your 9 to 5 so that you can be free and do what you want because your boss has a vice grip on your life. When in reality, the new form of slavery is dopamine, women, and overstimulation. The entrepreneur that wakes up at noon is not fucking free. He's weak. You cannot listen to the internet when they tell you what leaving your job means and what freedom is. You will continue to live a life that is betraying your true calling and who the fuck you are because you want to be free and you are following the bullshit and the rhetoric that all of the other people who claim they are free but are truly slaves to dopamine, women, and overstimulation are telling you to do. Staying in your 9 to 5 but having a very structured lifestyle is way more beneficial than leaving your 9 to 5 and becoming lawless. Running after women, chasing dopamine hits, looking for stimulation because your life is numb. At least your fucking 9 to 5 told you exactly what the fuck to do. You have no internal structure to know how to follow a disciplined routine. You just think, ooh, I'm out of my 9 to 5 now, I can cool it. I can chill out. I'm good to go. You're not good to go because you have no law. You have no structure. You don't even understand how to make your reality come to fruition the way you want it to. You just thought becoming free and having no rules on your life was the way to go. What they don't tell you is that when you leave a structure, you better be leaving to go into another structure that is more suited towards you. And that then brings me into a whole nother realm of if you are talking bad against the system that you're currently in, you need to understand how to jump into a new system, let alone make a new system on your own. The reason I push law so much is because the majority of you are looking for this freedom with no backing discipline. You just want to jump into the world and go crazy. And then after 6 months, you get fucking overstimulated, filled with dopamine, and your life becomes numb. Because you realize that not only did you need the structure of your 9 to 5, it actually helped you. As much as you didn't like it, you can't deal with yourself alone. So how the fuck did you think you were ever going to be free if you left the structure? Build your internal structure if you are looking for freedom. And building an internal structure requires an immense amount of discipline. And to truly compete within the masculine realm, you must be able to have a structure that is always being pressurized by law. This is not some, ooh, I have a structure, I have a money cash flowing machine, and that's good enough. Abso-fucking-lutely not. You need a self-governing filtration system that keeps you disciplined within your masculine energy so that you have a structure to hold the abundance that you've generated for yourself. You don't have the structure, you won't have the ability to continue to move forward in the direction that you're trying to go. You see people crash out all the time because they don't have an internal structure pressurized by law. I'm about to get y'all out of here early. Law over liberation. True men follow internal order, not emotion. Freedom is doing what's required, not what you feel. A lot of you feel too much. Feel. And like I told you in yesterday's video, a man that has conquered the ability to have emotional discipline will always be a man that is logical with no emotional discipline. Because you can be logical or try to be logical or act and perform to have structure and still have an emotional dysfunction. And therefore, you have and want to do all of the things that you feel. And then you end up in places that you didn't fucking plan to be in. Not realizing that the things that you were required to do, you allowed feelings to corrupt you. Understand that being free, you must do what's required of you. You must have structure 10 times more than you did before your 9 to 5. It is good to have a 9 to 5 and build and have all this excess money to get out into a new structure, because now you can actually build to getting to what you want to do. But you must realize to do what is required of you means doing it even when you don't feel like it. Thoughts, emotions, actions, reality. If you do not have that flow state of understanding in your structure, you are going to fail. A lot of you allow the thought to come in. It has a negative effect on your emotions. Your emotions run rampant in your head because you also have no structure. And then you just do whatever you feel like doing, feeling, oh, I can be liberated because now I'm free and I have the ability to do whatever the fuck I want to because my boss no longer runs my life. Well, guess fucking what? You don't know how to run your life. Dopamine does. Sex does. Overstimulation does. And then you wonder why your life is so fucking chaotic. You need a lawful structure to take you out of the fucking pits of hell that you sit in right now. Your life is hell because you allow yourself to have no structure over and over. Every single year, you do the same bullshit. And then expect, ooh, I'm gonna get to where I wanna go because I'm liberated? Because you no longer have a 9 to 5? Because I wanna be a streamer? Because I wanna be a content creator? Because I wanna be an entrepreneur? The most successful entrepreneurs, the most successful businessmen, the best content creators and streamers have a rigorous system. A very, very tight, pressurized structure on how they operate. And that's why you're not hitting the goals that you want to, because you just see the fruits of their labor. Their labor is what gives them the fruits. Don't get it fucked up. You must plant the tree, water the tree, watch the tree grow, make sure nothing gets on it. That means you must have a structure, have a routine, make sure there's no in-penetrating people coming in to fuck your discipline, so that the fucking fruits can bear. And when the first fruit bears, you don't get too giddy and take it and just indulge in satisfaction with zero structure. Wait and allow your fucking structure to hit maturity before you go balls to the wall thinking that you can do whatever you want. Freedom comes but through discipline, through law. Your structure is your power. Discipline is your weapon. Point 3, the blueprint activation. Objective view is the foundation to true freedom by law. We enforce law every single day. You do not have an option. You will be observed, called out, and filtrated. There are simple systems of daily discipline, emotional regulation, financial precision, and creative strategy. Listen, a lot of you want to live this life and get to the things that you want to get to without understanding how to get there. You want a system and think that what you're running with right now is imperial. But that's because you've allowed yourself to be isolated enough to think that the delusions of your mind are correct. Because you reject the system, so you put walls around your mind and you stay with your own doctrine, not realizing that you yourself, when pitted against a man of lawful structure, will lose. And you don't see that because you think your system is imperial. Until you're called out publicly, until you're challenged, until your opinions mean absolutely nothing, until law confronts you. And that's exactly what objective view is for. to show you not only a path to get to the goal that you want, but to give you the proper regulation in all facets. There are very simple steps and entry points into objective view, and I'm going to make them as clear as possible. The blueprint will give you the first induction or the first injection to law. You will get an experience of law. I will be the audiobook that you hear in this tone, telling you exactly what law is, giving you clear instructions on how to implement them into your life, with 3 private videos to break the foundations of the lie that you are currently living. You will also get access to the Discord, which will have other men who are on the same path as you to see that you are not alone, that you and your system that you thought was working for you is not the truth. You'll then be guided into a law-based scroll system that allows you to see the very laws that I talk about. Every single video broken down flawlessly to show you that the life that you live is not freedom, and that you must do things that are required of you and not how you feel. These laws are not friendly. They are the standard. You will still be in the chamber, getting weekly calls from me, myself, making sure that you don't fucking drift. You see, this fucking life that you live cannot be, ooh, grab all the information, grab the system, the blueprint, and then no implementation and no accountability. That is what the chamber is for. You will not get away. You will be filtered. And if you fade, and if you fall apart, you will be canceled. You will be removed. And if you want to take it a step closer, you can become a disciple of truly understanding how to live in law non-stop. I will give you all the guidance you need to make sure that this liberation never touches you again. And if you can't handle being a disciple, then we can do one-on-one guidance. Bit softer, still making sure that you don't touch the liberation, but it's up to you to implement what you've learned. Do not let the algorithm fool you. The man you see doing whatever he wants is not king. He's a slave with no master. I built this empire by becoming my own master. And you can too if you stop chasing your comforts and start obeying law. Grab the blueprint now and learn what freedom really costs. Consider yourself warned.